Good afternoon. Welcome to the University of Denver and to the 2017 Graduate Commencement Ceremony. Please join me in thanking members of the Denver Brass for the musical prelude that they have so beautifully provided for today's celebration. The ceremony begins with the academic procession. I invite you to take your seats, please, as the degree candidates, university faculty, and the platform party prepare to enter the arena. The candidates for the graduate degrees will be entering the arena simultaneously from the southeast, the northeast, the northwest, and the west doors. They will be filling the spaces reserved for them from the front and the rear of the seating areas. At the head of the procession, entering from the northeast corner of the arena to my right are the candidates for the doctoral degrees, Doctor of Philosophy, Doctor of Psychology, and Doctor of Education. They will be seated in the center section in front of the platform. Also entering from the northeast corner of the arena are candidates for the degrees from the Graduate School of Professional Psychology, the Joseph Corbel School of International Studies, and candidates receiving joint degrees. Entering from the northwest rear corner of the arena to my right from the rear are candidates for degrees from the Daniels College of Business. These degrees include the Master of Business Administration, the Master of Accountancy, the Master of Science, and the International Master of Business Administration degree. Entering from the west, center rear of the arena are candidates for graduate degrees in arts and sciences and the Morgridge College of Education. These candidates include those who are to receive the Master of Arts degree, the Master of Fine Arts degree, the Master of Science degree, the Master of Music degree, the Master of Education Specialist degree, the Master of Arts and Education degree, the Master of Library and Information Science degree, and the Master of Arts degree from the Graduate School of Professional Psychology. Candidates for degrees from the Graduate School of Social Work will be entering from the southeast side of the arena to my left. Also entering from the southeast side of the arena are candidates for graduate degrees from University College, Master of Arts, Master of Science, Master of Liberal Studies, Master of Applied Science, and Master of Professional Studies. Now entering the arena from the rear center are distinguished members of the faculty of the university. Accompanied by Celtic Colorado, entering from the rear center of the arena is Professor Kate Wilnick of the Department of Communication Studies, who is President of the Faculty Senate, and who will be serving as Honorary Grand Marshal for today's commencement ceremony. Carrying the ceremonial mace of the university, Dr. Wilnick leads the platform party. The platform party includes the soloist, the invocator, the Alumni Association representative, the deans of the schools and colleges, the vice chancellors, the executive vice chancellor and provost, members of the board of trustees, the honorary degree recipient and the commencement speaker, and the chancellor of the university, Dr. Rebecca Chalk.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the University of Denver's 2017 Graduate Commencement Ceremony, commemorating the completion of the university's 153rd academic year. I am Douglas Scrivener, Chair of the Board of Trustees, and I join with my fellow trustees in congratulating the candidates who will receive their degrees at this afternoon's ceremony. We are proud of their hard work and achievement, and know you too are proud of all of our graduates, so we ask that you remain in your seats until all of today's graduates have been recognized and received their diplomas. I now call this commencement to order. We will open with the national anthem, led by Matthew Peterson from the Lamont School of Music. Please remain standing for the invocation, which will be offered by our university chaplain, the Reverend Gary Brower.
Dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
May we be in an attitude of prayer, joining together in a spirit of healing and peace as we pay respect to the original Arapaho and Cheyenne owners, both past and present, of the land on which the University of Denver stands. God of all joy, be with us this evening as we celebrate great achievements. These graduates have inspired us with their success in research, reflection, compassion, creativity, and advocacy. They and we see this day as the culmination of many long processes. Join us in our joy. God of all mystery, we stand in awe of these same achievements. These women and men have explored the cosmos, the earth and its creatures. They have plumbed the depths of the human mind and body, as well as our complex relationships. They have translated the inexpressible into music, poetry, and the visual arts. They are equipped to address the problems of a troubled world and address these challenges with compassion and skill. May these outstanding men and women continue to engage these mysteries for the benefit of all. God of all love, our hearts are filled with gratitude this day for all that has brought us to this celebration. We think especially of family members and friends who have listened to words of hopefulness and hopelessness and who have stood firm throughout. And we honor today all, from groundskeepers to faculty to trustees, who have made this a wonderful place to study, question, and seek answers. God of all, may our joy be unbounded, our quest for knowledge unfettered, our compassion unlimited, and are striving for peace and justice undeterred. May it be so. Amen.
You may be seated. Let me be the first to say, congratulations, class of 2017. Let us begin with a moment of gratitude for the support you have received along this incredible journey. Let's express our thanks to the faculty who taught you, who introduced you to the theory and practice of your chosen professions and disciplines, and who became your mentors and your friends. A moment of gratitude, too, for our staff, who have served by keeping our campus clean, safe and beautiful, and supporting internships and providing career counseling, and ensuring the smooth operation of our programs and schools. We acknowledge the friends who have accompanied you on this journey. Part of the great pleasure of this education, I hope, has been forming friendships that will continue with you on your professional journey and in your personal life. Finally, let us thank the families of those who are graduating today, spouses and partners, parents, siblings, grandparents, aunts and uncles, extended and blended families of all shapes and sizes. This is your day too. You have sacrificed in many different ways in anticipation of this day, and you deserve to be proud, not just of those sitting up front, but of yourselves. Graduates, please rise, turn, and thank your families. Please be seated. I want to recognize that we have someone very special in the audience today to celebrate your graduation and to celebrate Mr. Smith's honorary doctorate and to hear his commencement. The governor of the wonderful state of Colorado, John Hickenlooper, and his wife, Robin, are here today. Let's celebrate them. Right there. Stand up again, John. Thank you. It's now my pleasure to introduce Mr. Dan Whitmore, an esteemed member of our university alumni community. Mr. Whitmore earned 2 degrees from DU, a BSBA in 1963 and a JD in 1972. In 2015, Dan and his wife, Beth, established a scholarship for Native American students studying at DU. I give you Dan Whitmore.
Good afternoon. Congratulations, graduates, on your special academic achievement, and welcome to the Pioneer Alumni community. Today, you join our DU Alumni Network that numbers nearly 140,000 pioneers who live and work in the Front Range, across the country, and around the world. And I'm so honored to welcome you to this family. The University of Denver is here to keep you connected in the days, months, and decades after you receive your diploma. Whether you find yourself in Denver, Dallas, or Denmark, you're a pioneer for life. And there are so many ways to stay engaged with each other and with our university. We're excited to stay in touch with you and wish you the best for what you will most certainly have in a very bright future. Congratulations.
At commencement, it is customary for us to confer honorary degrees upon individuals who have attained eminence through their achievements. This afternoon, I am pleased to introduce our commencement speaker, an honorary degree recipient, Robert F. Smith. Readers of the business press, of the Wall Street Journal and Forbes and Business Insider know Mr. Smith as a private equity titan and a Wall Street whiz. He is founder, chairman, and CEO of Vista Equity Partners, a private equity firm focused on software and technology-enabled businesses. He directs Vista's investment strategy and decisions, firm governance, and investor relations. And that's no small task. Vista manages equity capital commitments of more than $14 billion and oversees a portfolio of software companies employing about 30,000 worldwide. Mr. Smith has been recognized repeatedly for his philanthropy and service. He received the Reginald F. Lewis Achievement Award, the Humanitarian of the Year Award from the Robert Trigo Foundation, the Ripple of Hope Award from the Robert F. Kennedy Center for Justice and Human Rights, the Award of Excellence from the National Association of Investment Companies, and the Columbia University BBSA Distinguished Alumni Award. Mr. Smith is the chairman of the Robert F. Kennedy Center for Justice and Human Rights, a trustee of the Boys and Girls Clubs of San Francisco, and he is chairman of the Board of Trustees at Carnegie Hall. Though his free time is clearly limited, Mr. Smith is an avid fly fisherman, just returned from Russia, who appreciates a few hours beside a mountain stream. He is a graduate of Denver's own East High School, Cornell University, where he received a Bachelor of Science degree in chemical engineering, and Columbia Business School, where he completed an MBA. After Columbia, he joined Goldman Sachs in mergers and acquisitions, working in New York and Silicon Valley. As co-head of Enterprise Systems and Storage, he executed and advised on over $50 billion in merger and acquisition activity with companies such as Apple, Microsoft, Texas Instruments, eBay, and Yahoo. Now, therefore, Robert Smith, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I bestow upon you the degree of Doctors of Business, with all of the rights, powers, and privileges pertaining thereto, in token whereof I will hand you this diploma and direct that you be vested with the hood appropriate to your degree. And now I introduce to you Dr. Robert Smith, your commencement speaker.
Well, thank you, Chancellor Chop, for a wonderful introduction. With any luck, I can get my speech out. Chairman Scrivener and members of the Board of Trustees, it's an honor and a privilege to be here today. And for a kid from Denver, Colorado, it doesn't get much better than this. Faculty, friends, family, graduates, thank you and congratulations to you. You make an extraordinary sight, a stunning vista of colors that reflect your accomplishments in all your diversity. And standing here and seeing you, I have a very familiar sense of pride and excitement. You see, 45 years ago, my father earned his doctorate in education from this very institution. I remember that day quite vividly. I was 9 years old, and I was sitting on my parents' bed while my father put on his graduation robes. And I listened to him explain to me how each school had its own special colors. The beautiful light blue and yellow with a bit of orange were the colors of the School of Education. And they were strikingly beautiful, and he was regal in his presentation of them. And it should come as no surprise that the logo of my firm, Vista, bears those same shades of blue and yellow, because I want to be reminded every day of the profound impact that this university had on my father's life and on my family. Thank you. But even as I watched him walk across the stage that day, I didn't fully understand or really grasp the significance of that moment or of his achievements. It didn't sink in till much later. That evening, my mother hosted a backyard celebration, something we typically did in our neighborhood, and I always looked forward to it because that meant we would have soda pop in those big, silver tins filled with ice. You young folks don't understand that. And I would get to plunge my hand into that ice-cold water to bring out a bottle of soda pop for the flavor of choice. But that meant I could also take an orange one and put it in the corner and have that for myself a little bit later. Well, as typical of all Smith family gatherings, my father's sick sister and brother and all their children attended. And frankly, I was also looking forward to the extended family showing up. Now, just with our own family, we had well over 25 people. But I'll tell you, what actually occurred took me by surprise. Instead of a small gathering of relatives, what occurred was the entire neighborhood came out to shake his hand and to pat him on the back. And the stream of visitors didn't stop that night. For the next week or so, our doorbell rang constantly with well-wishers and friends and family and neighbors who wanted to share in this moment. To understand why this one degree meant so much to them, let me tell you a little bit about the neighborhood that I grew up in. My childhood neighborhood on 26th and Cook in Northeast Denver, just across the street from City Park. And back then, Denver and most other American cities were extremely divided by race, both politically and geographically. When I started kindergarten, it was the first year of court-ordered busing to desegregate the school systems here in Denver. And a number of the children in my school, or children I grew up with, we all were bused to the southeast side of town, Carson Elementary on 3rd and Great. And as a kindergartner, I didn't know any different because that was the first school that I attended. And the older kids, they actually had gone to an all-black school, and now all of a sudden they were at this desegregated school. But I did quickly realize that aside from the difference in the hue of our skin, the children in my class pretty much acted the same. And over time, as we got to know them and they got to know us, we realized that our parents pretty much had similar values to what they wanted for us. Both communities seemed to be filled with hard-working folks from various walks of life, all with an eye towards advancing this American dream. And in my community, my neighbors were mostly educated, very proud, hardworking, and ambitious. They were dentists, music teachers, politicians, Pullman porters, teachers, contractors, pharmacists, and they were focused on serving the African American community and providing a safe and nurturing environment for the kids of our neighborhood. They'd been on the front lines of the civil rights movement. They sacrificed their sons to the Vietnam War. They mourned the death of a Kennedy, of a king, and then another Kennedy. And they had not yet achieved the fullness of the American dream for themselves. But they believed it was only a matter of time. And if not for them, then surely for their children. They believed that our imperfect nation was becoming more perfect every day. And they believed that by conducting themselves and raising their families with integrity, they were contributing to that process of perfection in a very real way. And so we celebrated every sign that the barriers of inequality were collapsing, the doors of opportunity were opening. My neighbors flocked to see my father because of his achievement in a very real way, because it was theirs too. That afternoon, in our backyard, I began to understand the statement that success has many parents. It was true then, and it's true now. So the success of you all, our graduates, frankly, it belongs to all of us. Earning a degree is one of the greatest and most impressive of life's accomplishments. But as hard as each of you have individually worked, none of you crossed the finish line alone. You brought a team along, and many of your teammates are here with you. So we're going to do this again with vigor. We're going to stand up, class of 2017, and we're going to thank our teammates and thank our parents for doing all that they did and bringing us the joy and the commitment for us achieving this success. So please stand and give them a round of applause and thank them. In my father's time, the prospect of an African American earning a doctorate degree was actually almost non-existent. Even today, it's exceedingly rare for any American to earn a graduate degree. And less than 9% of Americans have earned advanced degrees, and just 3% have earned doctorates. So needless to say, today is your induction into a very small club, a very important club. And in order to get here, many of you have dedicated years of your life to higher learning. You've put other plans aside. You've passed up countless opportunities and deferred many a paycheck to do this. You've missed time with your family and friends to do this. And you made these sacrifices for one simple reason. You believe that scholarship still matters. You believe that rigor still matters. You believe that facts still matter. And you graduates believe that truth still matters. But now, as I stand before you, and at this finish line, and you reflect on your efforts and sacrifices, I suspect that some of you are left wondering whether these timeless values are still relevant in a world that increasingly seems more interested in speed and noise than thought and integrity. Yes, it's true, whether you stay in academia, public life, private life, or civil social society, you are launching your careers at a moment of vast and disruptive change. As much as technology has transformed our world over the past quarter century, we haven't seen anything yet. We are just now entering this fourth industrial revolution, an era where human history, which technology will evolve from being a part of our lives to being central to virtually every part of our lives. These changes hold great promise for advancing the highest ideals of a freer, fairer, and more hopeful society. And today, for the first time in human history, success requires no prerequisite of wealth or capital, ownership of land, natural resources, or people. Today, success can be created solely through the power of one's mind, ideas, and courage. Intellectual capital can be cultivated, monetized, instantaneously distributed across the globe. In fact, intellectual capital has now become the new currency of business and finance. And the promise of brain power to move people from poverty to prosperity has never been more possible. But for all this extraordinary promise, this age we are now entering also comes with great peril. We discovered that every day technology has an enormous power to unite, but it can also alienate. It can empower, but it can also disenfranchise. But what keeps me up at night is not the risk of technology. It's the risk of people neglecting their own role and personal agency to decide how technology impacts our communities. In a world that's changing so fast and unpredictably, the easiest thing to do is to take your hands off the wheel and just coast. We can either choose to harness technology as a great equalizer, or we can allow it to minimize, victimize, and fracture our communities. We can either choose to take up arms in the fight for intellectual capital, or we can decide to settle for the lowest common denominator. We can either choose to build communities, or we can build walls. The point is, we have a choice in the matter. We must take these choices consciously, and we must remake these choices and decisions every day. And this isn't always easy to do. The consequences of overlooking a moment of choice or choosing wrong may not be immediately evident, but when we collectively begin to give up our say in the matter, that's when we lose as a society and we lose our equilibrium. This has been the focus of many of your academic lives, studying the equilibrium of systems, natural systems, legal systems, markets, the human body. My training as a chemical engineer sharpened my passion for complex systems, for understanding them, deconstructing them, finding their equilibrium. But while I found beauty in the absolute truth of machines in the classroom, I found purpose in the messiness of human interactions in the real world. So regardless of what field you chose to study or what profession you call your own, we all share a common mission: not to be observers or followers, but to be thinkers, doers, and leaders. In a world of dizzying speed, complexity, and disruption, I believe there's only one way to approach this daunting task: be purposeful. Just a few years ago, the trendy advice that was given in commencement speeches was to explore many different job options and opportunities, try on new careers like you try on a suit at a department store till one fits. That may be good advice for some, but one of the burdens of your advanced degree is you no longer have that luxury. You are now certified experts in your respective fields. You have a fancy new piece of paper to prove it, but that diploma isn't just for framing. On the back, there's some fine print. It's actually a binding social contract that calls upon you to apply your talents and your intellect, and most of all, your fidelity to truth-finding and truth-telling to the parts of society that need it most. You owe the world your focus. You owe the world your focus. A generation ago, your core responsibilities would have been to establish a successful career, provide for your family, and give back to society when you can. Today, you must do more than these things, much more. The stakes are higher and the responsibilities are greater. And in the years to come, we will see many of today's challenges grow more acute. Increasing numbers of people will grow to feel excluded from our political and economic structures. Entire industries will be upended by technology, creating new wealth for some, demand in the workforce for some, and leaving others vulnerable and at risk. Tensions between humans and computers will flare up, creating new vulnerabilities and introducing new ethical dilemmas. And global discontent and alienation will continue to manifest itself in populism and extremism and open the door to authoritarian rule, oppression, and civil strife. You are not expected to tackle all these problems, but you are required to focus and make a measurable impact. Never for a moment give in to cynicism or give up on optimism. For the tools you've learned here at the University of Denver qualify you to be part of the solution. I firmly believe, as President John F. Kennedy once said, our problems are man-made, and therefore they can be solved by man. And man can be as big as he wants. You, the men and women of this graduating class, can be as big as you want. So find your cause, find it purposefully. Don't spread around and dilute your talents and contributions. Maximize your impact. I first learned the value of focus from my mother. She's one of the most brilliant people that I've ever known. As far as I know, she's only received one grade lower than an A in her life, and that was an A-. She too earned a doctorate in education, and upon graduation, she decided her cause would be to educate the children of our community. She became the leader at Knight Fundamental Academy and then later at George Washington High School here in Denver. All right, GW. And her Fundamental Academy, against all odds, led the district in test scores for the entire time she was there. This was despite, or maybe perhaps because of, the diversity of students that attended. She did this by setting exacting standards for the children and their parents. She believed, as I was brought up knowing, that progress isn't inevitable. We make it so. And so she made it so. This can-do spirit is represented and embodied by the city of my birth, Denver, and the city of your graduate education. This city was founded in 1958, and it was barely a blip on the American frontier, hence the name the Pioneers. When gold was discovered in the foothills of the Rocky Mountains, Denver enjoyed an intense burst of investment, but after the gold rush, most of the boom went to bust, but not Denver. When the gold dried up, the people of Denver didn't pick up and move to greener pastures. They stuck around, they built a town that sold supplies to the miners who were on the way to the next gold town. Residents of this city had foresight. They realized that the Western gold rush would not last forever, yet seeing our country's westward movement was here to stay. So a generation of Denver entrepreneurs invested in new rail lines, made a city the nexus of travel and commerce as the migration intensified. And during World War II, Denver was fueled by investments in the manufacturing sector and later the oil and gas industry, catalyzed for growth, the downtown area, and Denver was born as a modern metropolis. And today the city is undergoing yet another renaissance as a technology hub. My own company employs nearly 600 people in Denver today and is growing. Generation after generation, building, imagining, reimagining, rebuilding, and through the years of the endless cycles of rebirth, this city's pioneering soul endures. The soul of a city, the soul of a neighborhood, and the soul of a family. Anchored in timeless values, yet fearlessly pushing forward. Defined by the past, but not confined by the past. This is your story, and this is mine. Just 9 months after I was born, my mother hauled me and my big brother some 1,700 miles east to witness Dr. King's historic March on Washington. She knew her boys would be too young to remember what was happening that day, but she believed that the dream we heard in the endless crowd that day would always be a part of the men we would one day become. Decades later, I had the privilege of taking my grandfather with me to the opposite side of the National Mall as a guest of another U.S. Senator to celebrate the inauguration of our first African-American president. The poetry of that return to this nation's capital under very different circumstances, the poetry that Lincoln once called the mystic chords of memory, wasn't lost on either of us. You cannot have lived in a place like Denver, lived a life like mine, without believing in the enduring goodness of our country and its people. You can't have witnessed the history I have without profound respect for the unsung everyday heroes who generation after generation nudged, shoved, and ultimately bent what Dr. King called the arc of the moral universe a little closer to justice. And I'm reminded by this every time I come to Denver, because without fail, at some point in time during the day, some stranger approaches me and says, "You're Bill and Sylvia's son." And they tell me some story about how my parents changed their lives, or someone in their life, in their family's life, for the better, and often in a very profound way. Now that's the definition and the demonstration of having lived a purposeful life. I should one day be so fortunate that people approach my children and say that to them about me one day. So thank you, Mom and Dad, for that wonderful gift. And now, I know you think this is one of the great joyous moments. You'll never have to take a test again, this graduation ceremony, but not so. Not today, because today I'm going to offer a pop quiz. Who is the most photographed American of the 19th century? About the time when Denver was formed and Colorado came into being its own state. I'll give you one hint. It's not Abraham Lincoln. It was Frederick Douglass. Frederick Douglass, an escaped slave, an abolitionist, who taught himself how to read and write under the cover of darkness. And like everything Douglass did, sitting for portraits was purposeful. It was a public stand and an act of defiance. He wanted to ensure that the image of a black man was recorded faithfully and truthfully, etched into history. Each image became a small signal of progress, a small course correction, another nudge to that moral arc in a journey he knew would outlast him as it will outlast each of us. Education means emancipation, Douglass once wrote. It means light and liberty. It means the uplifting of the soul of man into the glorious light of truth, the light only by which men can be free. Graduates, let these words be your searchlight as you set out to make your mark. Be purposeful. Be hopeful. Be flexible in your views, but stubborn in your values. Contribute your brilliance, your knowledge, and your wisdom to the glorious light of truth. Thank you so much, and congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Smith, for that wonderful address. I now ask Provost and Executive Vice Chancellor Greg Kivistad to present the candidates for the doctoral degrees.
Will the candidates for the degrees of Doctor of Philosophy, Doctor of Psychology, and Doctor of Education please rise? Chancellor Chop, I have the privilege of presenting to you the candidates for the doctoral degrees. These candidates have met all requirements and are entitled to receive their diplomas at this time.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty of the University of Denver, and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon each one of you the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Doctor of Psychology, or Doctor of Education, and admit you to all the rights, powers, and privileges pertaining thereto. I shall now hand you your diploma and direct that you be vested with the appropriate hood.
Doctor of Philosophy, Shadi Abdi. Conrad Dirk Aguilar. Mausuma Abdullah S. Al-Ali. Hanin Al-Gabra. Jessica Del Carmen Alvaregna. Elizabeth A. Anderson. Arangna. Duncan Aksisa. Stephanie Jean Begun. Joanna Christine Bruno. Navia Castaneda. Alexander George Dixon. Veronica Ann Drauser. Crane Duguerre. Jordan Childress Farrow. Brecca Madeline May Gaffney. Shauna Lisa Hagerman. Linda Jane Hansen. Brian Sean Eubank. Brendan Jeffrey Aaron Hughes. Leah Nicole Huck Griffith. Lin Jiang. Adriette D. Jordan Fields. Shauna Katz Katari. Rebecca Guthrie Kester. Suzanne Janice Cloetter. Lisa Nicole Langendorfer Magruder. Carrie Ann Montgomery. Carrie Lynn Moon. Sarah M. Olivier. Sina Parhizi. Diego Pons. Tara Ann Rhodes. Gil Rosenberg. Chelsea Annette Hand Stowe. Mark Andrew Tallman. Paul F. Tangi. Tira Britt Vickers. Stephanie Kathleen Webb. Raquel Wright Mayer. Jessica Lynn Yang. Doctor of Education degree, Sherry J. Collier. Jessica Beth DeLallo. Robin M. Green. Sydney Schimpf Haugland. Jessica Ann Howard. Ruthie Manning Freeman. Rebecca A. McKinney. Daniel Paul Medved. Lindsay D. Reinert. Anthony Adam Smith. Silk M. Soto Santiago. Michelle Ann Tyson. Colleen Ehrlich. Angelina Marie Walker. Ellen J. Winiarzik. Christine Ann Winterbrook.
Congratulations to all of you. You have just received this highest of academic degrees and probably just taken your last test. I now ask Dr. Kivistad to present the candidates for the Education Specialist and Master's degrees.
Would the candidates for Education Specialist and all master's degrees please rise? Chancellor Chop, these candidates for the Education Specialist and Master's degrees have met the requirements of their respective programs and are entitled to receive their diplomas at this time.
Upon recommendation of the faculty of the University of Denver, and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon each of you the Education Specialist or Master's degree and admit you to all the rights, powers, and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Graduate degrees in Arts and Sciences, Master of Arts. John Thomas Arthur.
Megan Bethine Callahan.
Mason Davis.
Carolyn Michelle Coles.
Ryan Thomas Freer.
Martine Gabrielle Diaz.
Samantha Grace Hagan.
Lauren Ray Greenwell.
Maeve Elizabeth Herrick.
Maritza Hernandez Bravo.
Emily Krebs.
Sophie Diana Jones.
Juan Lee.
Corey Joseph Martz.
Maureen Lee Maloney.
Kelsey Joe Nemirov.
Elene Mervandizi.
Catherine Pereira.
Elaine Panagos.
Julie Marie Strunk.
Allison Redmond.
Madison Elizabeth Tarleton.
Alexandra Rose Smith.
William Michael Young.
Stefan Eugene Wisnowski. Master of Science degrees. Jeffrey Jamal Abdel Satter.
Mustafa Namir Azaluddin Al-Badri.
Ahmad Jamal M. Akhodar.
Lucas Bretman.
Kristen T. Douglas.
Hari Priyanka Tamana.
Joshua R. Sonawane.
Veronica A. Hogg Cornejo.
Brent Braun Horowitz.
Brittany Teresa Franzen.
Rogena Scandapol.
Maria Blanco Cayetano.
Yitong Jing.
Alexander Ross Miller.
Christopher Aaron Murphy.
John Eric Potter.
Catherine Ann Robinson.
James Schwab.
Benjamin Elliott Stewart.
Zhen Tang.
Linda Sue Veer.
Ayman Amin A. Zamzami.
Master of Music degree, George Alivoras, Jr.
Lucas Mark Alexander.
Christian Alexander Almendinger.
Lydia Daniela Arenas.
Ronnie James Crisp.
Guanca D.
Kevin Gregory Clem.
Nicole Catherine London.
Patrick McDevitt.
Christiana Dane McMullen.
Kirk Redmond.
Kevin Eta Sakani.
Melissa Ann Sells.
Catherine Terrianos.
Neil Duncan Titus.
Cody Wayne Tripp.
Victoria Ruth Van Est.
Oleg Olegovich Vyatkin.
Vincent Young.
Matthew Peterson. Straight across.
Professional Science Master, Shima Abdelmonem El Hussein.
Theodore Michael Groff.
Brian Tien Tan Pham.
Morgridge College of Education, Education Specialist, Leanne Baer.
Nilana Michelle Baker.
Emily Wood Britt.
Ashley Marie Brooks.
Courtney Marie Chamberlain.
Naya Rajiv Chagopikar.
Zhang Choi.
Faith Marie Dumansky.
Victoria Southwick Fox.
Lacey Raina Souders Hutchison.
Taylor Cassandra Ira.
Jamie Kawahara.
Krista Clabo.
Sarah Laffin,
Abby J. Meinhardt,
Megan Eileen O'Connor,
Brittany Marie Signorelli,
Anne Elizabeth von Grondel,
Morgan Marie Walker,
Gabrielle Witherill,
Jamie Nicole Woods,
Master of Arts degree, Rachel Elizabeth Adler,
Kelly Ann Arnold,
Joseph Ling Banasihan Jr.,
Caitlin Marie Ballou,
Danica Lauren Benitez,
Megan S. Buranek,
Samuel C. Bernstein,
Elizabeth Bowling,
Caitlin M. Bressett,
Jacqueline Sharon Brettel,
Scott Allen Burke,
Brian Michael Clark,
Annalise Calhoun,
Christina Marie Kerrigan,
Nathan B. Clark,
Pedro Juan Claudio Jr.,
Riley Fairfax Cochran,
Victoria Angela Cruz,
Michelle M. Dunk,
Lalitha Kotsia,
Christelle R. Cook,
Keely Marie Crippen Johnson,
Sonia Lynn Dolnick,
Jeffrey David Einerson,
Rachel L. Eisenhower,
Philip Elbine,
Jennifer Elise Elwood,
Colleen White Falkenstern,
Amber K. Ford,
Ashley Elizabeth Frank,
Christopher David Freakin,
Demi Folds,
Lauren Gingler,
Cherise S. Henry,
Jamie Lynn Harrison,
Maura Gisson,
Janae Gabrielle Girardi,
Sister Mary Alicia Glady,
Megan Natalie Hanicombe,
Frederick Lorenzo Harris, Jr.,
William E. Harris,
Sarah Gorham Wilkins,
Sarah Rose Schmidt,
Sion Grezau,
Hannah Marie Maldonado,
Stephanie Amanda Peralta,
Elizabeth Ann Carey,
Emerald Lee Mansour,
Tess Corinne Golding,
Molly Christine Homburger,
Jordan M. Grapentine,
Gabriela Tortorici Gulia,
Morgan H. Hubricks,
Brianna Nicole Hippolyte,
Laura Jackman,
Megan Joanne Kenny,
Judy Juhan Ko,
Elizabeth Fritz Kidd,
Alexis Renee Kuntz,
Evan Ross Kravitz,
Rachel K. Krebs,
Elena Kronmiller,
Catherine Joy Kubik,
Cassandra Teresa Kurzels,
Regina Green Lamonte,
Kathleen Marie Larkin,
Mary Elizabeth Loring,
Nancy Kim Lee,
Ryan Stephen Hennig,
Jonah Po Phi Lee.
Margaret Marie Laughlin.
Caitlin Menhenick.
Laura Elaine Lockwood.
Melissa Beth McConnell.
Nicolette McCoy.
Emily Collin Mimovich.
Grace Ellen Mahoney.
Johnny Brian Mitchell.
Emma Joy Mataras.
Audrey Jean Moradian.
Emma Elizabeth Musso.
Angela Faith Natoli.
Stephanie Ann Nissel.
Sydney Michelle Catherine Noto.
Emily K. O'Connor.
Melissa Marie Odendahl.
Kelly L. Orleofritz.
Kristen Suzanne Patchell.
Sarah Petty.
Maria Juliana Pisano.
Mike Osimo.
Juan Osorio Estrada.
Thomas Martin Ponce.
Shanna J. Pulara.
Megan Bird Rawson.
Christopher A. Razor.
Lisa Christine Redfield.
Tiffany Marie Ryer.
Cole Joseph Ritter.
Alicia Jane Waterbury Robinson.
Molly Elizabeth Roast.
Trelsey H. Sadler.
Cesar Sanchez Rivas.
Lisa Renee Sauner.
Molly Schreiner.
Desiree Oname Zeidel.
Aurora Kayleen Simoneau.
Roland James Shaw.
Amy Lynn Short.
Ellen Cooper Shupe.
Sarah Linda Siddons.
Anna Elizabeth McAleer Slattery.
Caitlin Maureen Smith.
Tanya Valerie Smith.
Samantha Christine Steery.
Jenner Christine Streed.
Lydia C. Suppley.
Shelby Lynn Tabor.
Ali Vanessa Tellez.
Kristen Strobel.
Jessica K. Thompson.
Viridiana Vega.
Heather Page Thurston.
Margaret Elaine Tutt.
Patrice Noel Underwood.
Shannon Grace Wicker.
Whitney Nicole Vaughns.
Joshua Michael Vandersher.
Alexandra Brown Werner.
Robert Francis Wood.
Guillermo Ramirez Ruiz.
Hannah Abera Asmawa. Amy Wang.
Vanessa Vasquez.
Aaron
Yvonne
Van
Montes.
Winnery.
Nura Mohammed.
Nancy Shu.
Catherine Louise Zimmerman.
Yvonne Marie Allen.
Haley Justine Baker.
Jessica Karsten.
Judith Mercedes Craigo Robb.
Megan Esterbrook Demore.
Aaron Jeffrey Davis.
Kate Kristen Davis.
Victoria Grace Della Torre.
Amy C. Easley.
Jennifer Marie Eltringham.
Philip A. Gaddis.
Patricia E. Gallagher.
Teresa Ligori Hernandez.
Megan Marie Hershey.
Emily Diane Kintai.
Kayanne Louise Klipka.
Aurelia Raquel Mandani.
Samantha Ihan Matt.
Manon Josephine Meriwether.
Emily Elizabeth Peterson.
Renata Michelle Roby.
Claire Elizabeth Roseland.
Courtney R. Rush.
Joanna Stankiewicz.
Rachel Melissa Talpers.
Brittany Tirapelli.
Zachary R. Van Stanley.
Jessica M. Weatherby.
Kate Elaine Weimer.
Paul Andrew Worrell.
Melissa Beth McConnell.
Graduate School of Professional Psychology, Master of Arts, Scott Henley Anderson.
Alexandra C. Araya.
Motohiro Ban.
Sarah Elizabeth Beecham.
Matthew Bergdorf.
Jessica Ann Bernal.
Kyler Boggs.
Megan Catherine Byers.
Gary A. Calabro.
Andrew John Denicky.
Jacqueline Michelle Dingledine.
Amanda Lynn Dowd.
Eva Ray Erickson.
Kirsten Ann Fallbush.
Kaylee Brianne Feldman.
Nicole R. Fisher.
Joshua M. Francis.
Vanessa M. Fultz.
Christina Marie Gato.
Rachel Teal Goldhammer.
Paige Christine Hearn.
Stacy Gregorio.
Jonathan M. Haynes.
Tara Jean Hegg.
Corey James Helfer.
Brandy J. Hetley.
Primata Hirubalan.
Julia Bratati Evans.
Michelle Fagan.
Miley Elizabeth Grace.
Reed Ashley Height.
Rihanna Leslie Holmes.
Kristen L. Elzy.
Jennifer Chi Pung.
Brittany Nicole Redman.
Ashley E. Kowal.
Julia Margaret McQuaid Harbell.
Megan Kathleen Hogan.
Laura Marie Fees.
Emily Wagner.
Caitlin B. Marsh.
Timothy Ryan Nesbitt.
Brian Nikolai Ilescu.
Lindsay Provin.
Bridget Elizabeth Cromery.
Kristen Elizabeth McGeehan.
Elizabeth M. Pitts.
Sarah Marie Hudock.
Margaret Jasper.
Careful. Zachary Alden Lamuto.
Melissa Crocker.
Alexis Kirby.
Brittany D. Jutton.
Carly Jane Lemke.
Kira Mariah Little.
Katarina Miller.
Marina Milutinovich.
Leandra Janelle Montoya.
Emily Morgan.
Ted Michael Nilsson.
Emily Marie Peterman Cabano.
Paige Lauren Pennington.
Whitney Custis Wilson.
Grace A. Phillip.
Stephen William Pepper.
Alexandra Marie Papado.
Desiree Danielle Potter.
Heather Brianna Baker.
Dana Catherine Gow.
Olivia Nicole Robinson.
Megan Kelly Stickney.
Amelia Smith.
Tavia Nicole Rutherford.
Ashley Marie Simon.
Catherine Best Steinert.
Danielle Rose Wall.
The Joseph Corbell School of International Studies, Master of Arts, Jay Akut.
Diana Elizabeth Amanza.
Megan A. Anderson.
Tara Stephanie Arterburn.
Akua Gia Azeyama.
Abademi Olawabukola Babatunde.
Ryan P. Beerwald.
Marie Claire Kiragisha Bagazonsia.
Morgan Alexis Bellinger.
Tyler R. Bender.
Rika Baitia.
Megan Elizabeth Bishop.
Joanna L. Belichick.
Fawn Yasemin Bolak.
David Andrew Bopp.
Caitlin Bressler.
Tony Joyanne Bowerman.
Joshua Aaron Brooks.
Channing Danielle Carney Fillmore.
Alexia Sierra Cato.
Walter Scott Campbell.
Ashley Marie Charles.
Joseph Daniel Cooper.
Rose Marine Maitely Corbett.
Amy M. Salata.
Seth W. Dare.
Not Kwang Do.
Serenity Ruth Donnellan.
Gabriella Catherine Dreesen.
Emma R. Dunn.
Daniel Durbin.
Liz Ann Eiliger.
Megan Mary Allens.
Madeline Jean Erickson.
Sarah Fenn. Chloe Alexandra Fisher.
Sarah Quinn Fuchs.
Colin Scott Geiser.
Jordan Leah Frank.
Tyson Grant Wahardo.
Joshua Julio Gonzalez.
Inyobong Edit.
Ana Carolina Gutierrez.
Aisha Hamza.
Samantha Marie Haas.
Abdurrahman Hassan.
Megan Mackenzie Harding.
Hamda Ismail Hirsi.
Elizabeth Gutierrez Hathaway.
Christina M. Ibanez.
Colleen Constance Hogan.
Jocelyn Johanna Iverson.
Zana Edrizi.
Kia Michelle John.
Hallie Louise Yeager.
Jacob Lee Johnson.
Tyler Sean Johnson.
Shanae Rose Kamen.
Allison Irene Karp.
Sina Hassan Kayat Kohli.
Rachel Hannah Kirsten. David Allen Coppers.
Yeah. Elizabeth Kirchhoff.
Straight across. Christy Kumar.
Dukthan Kia.
Rachel Laustrup.
Caleb J. Lagore.
Hong Chung Lee.
Brent Harris Lockhart.
Christine M. Loftus.
Katja Sabine London.
Julie Mandolini Trommel.
Alana J. Markle.
Courtney Ann Marshall.
Andrea Martires Abelenda.
Joel Mulvaney.
Elena Marie McCall.
Leanne Margaret McCollum.
Justine Marie Medina.
Amber Lorraine Moffett.
Meredith A. Moon.
Elise Moore.
Catherine Elizabeth Morgan.
Aaron P. Moritz.
Nayambe Muyunda.
Kanishka Balu Narayan.
Daniel J. Nevins III.
Christian Aditya Nix.
Aaron John Nilsson.
Christopher James Nivens.
Isaac Oxum Montenegro.
Susanna Yejin Park.
Zachary Nicholas Peters.
Anthony J. Pinto.
Robert John Preston. Card.
Yesenia Prodero.
Trishna Rajalakshmi Rana.
Melissa Ann Rary.
Adam Rotzlaff.
Sarah Kristen Rodriguez.
Anne Elizabeth Rogers.
Allison Sarah Rust.
Shubham Sapkota.
Derek Torres Sr.
Matthew D. Sapp.
Johnny Hunt Shattuck.
Brianna J. Simmons.
Cecil James Chaplin III.
Julia Grace Slossars.
Catherine L. Smidoma.
Jordan D. Smith.
Brooke Mary Snowden.
Martina Sohm.
Norbert Joseph Steinbach.
Christopher William Thurman.
Rugieta Toure.
Daniel Edward Tracy.
Rebecca Jane Vaca.
Zureen Vadwinkel.
Kurt James Walker.
Brandon Voss.
Michelle Evelyn Walton.
Lily Ann Wellborn.
Michaela Wendland.
Ariane C. Williams.
Christopher Andrew Williams.
John David Wilson.
Keith M. Wingard.
Monica Lynn Wright.
Master of Public Policy, Jaser Andre Alserhan.
Timothy Mark Coleman.
Allison Ray Cohn.
Matthew Dillon McGimsey.
Sophia Kathleen Poppy.
Julia Therese Scanlon.
Nicholas Philip Schwartz.
Master of Taxation, Kevin Michael Baran.
Mohammed Dalan,
Jonathan Chidu Iwiozar,
Muhammad Hakim,
Kaylee J. Hansen,
Paula Mann,
Kathy Wan C. Mui,
Mukararan,
Ariesto Narendro,
Michael C. Peterson,
Alfredo Sudiro,
Shirley Tan,
Winaro,
Master of Laws in Taxation, Patrina Abdallah Bochi,
Bobby Joe Collins,
Daniels College of Business, Master of Business Administration, Crystal Bustillos,
Patrick John Didier,
Jonathan Thompson Ellis,
Matthew Joseph Frost,
Denise Thomas,
Harrison Isaac Freed,
Victoria Byrne Lund,
Sarah Misha Kriegstein,
Julia Shengxin Chun,
Michael Thomas Moore,
Emma Graham Friedman,
Ryan R. Rogers,
Michael Craig Burwell,
Austin Lewis Rosenbaum,
Shaylin Renee Hancock,
David A. Herman,
Michelle Ramnath Holbrook,
Claire Lynn Huspini,
Andrew Douglas Marucci,
Catherine Lynn Shuraman,
Drew Jia Shan,
Lingfeng Zhao,
Donald Luis Zolke,
Tracy Ann Shepard,
Heather Young,
Teresa Zagara,
Madiha Yunus,
Warren Wanagasuria,
Master of Accountancy, Abdullah Abdulaziz M. Al-Hosseini,
Heju Beck,
Solongo Batsuk,
Heju Wang,
Dong Shui Tang,
Pengfei Tu,
Yawen Sui,
Qingli Su,
Xiaoyan She,
Zaimin Ren,
Annie Chu,
Ernesto Dante Perez IV,
Jennifer Rock Nguyen,
excuse me, Katie Savannah McCormick,
Courtney Catherine McCarter,
Yan Xiao Li,
William Michael Husing,
William Anton Hellig,
Marissa K. Hammers,
Diego A. Garcia,
Jian Fu,
Yuki Fan,
Derek M. Christensen,
Charles Edward Cohn,
Brian Allen Core, Jr.,
Adriana M. Casano,
Alexandros Lucia Gonzalez Carabajal,
Renee Michelle Bonnell,
Logan Dane Bolander.
Wanlu Wang.
Yangxing Chao.
Zhuran Shi.
Chanye Yang.
Shenyu Zhang.
Master of Science, Armando Angel Barragan.
Arabis Arsiwala.
Dima Abdul Majid Al-Karaji.
Jeffrey William Berger.
Margot Adler Black.
Frederica Bologna.
Janaea Makeba Covington Davis.
Una Dobrinic.
Lori Grawl.
Ichigua.
Yide Ho.
Emily Wong.
Kevin Scott Hansen.
William Lee Howden.
Todd Allen Johnson.
Brandon Todd Krentz.
Chuan Lee.
Chuanhu Lee.
Shengji Liu.
Alexander Koyon Pham.
Shengcheng Yao.
Juhan Chen.
Tong Li.
Angel Wen Su Liu.
Hongbo Liao.
Christopher Charles McLuhan.
Leslie Elizabeth Rowe Montgomery.
Joshua Keith Peel.
Cassandra Jean Satazan.
Kashin Shang.
William Ayer Sheridan, Jr.
Shuo Sun.
Muguna Siakubeta Siameja, Jr.
Cameron C. Simmons.
Dominique Tucker.
Ji Wong.
Dustin Tyler Weghorst.
Constance E. Washington.
Yu Wu.
Tiang Xiao.
Yang Yang Xuan.
Jie Yang.
Hongbo Zhu.
Singray Sun.
Bo Yan.
Pan Zhang.
Tara Stephanie Arterburn.
The Graduate School of Social Work, Master of Social Work. Allison Lee Odsit.
Ashley J. Adams, straight across.
Robert Albrecht.
Megan Amory Alifi.
Liliana Amanza Raya.
Sarah Akemi Amamoto.
Hope Anderson.
David Aaron.
Yeshenia Arreola.
Myra Jeanette Castego Avena.
Brittany Tomiko Baker.
Rachel E. Ballantyne.
Catherine A. Barnes.
Susan Jennifer Battler.
Susan Frances Bachman.
Stacy Lynn Beaver.
Chaudrell Renee Bell.
Lauren Bell.
Nicole Cherie Burnaby.
Paulina Bergeolet.
Brittany Lee Bobadilla.
Devon Joanne Bonatis.
Kelsey Renee Borschelt.
Rebecca Joy Bowman.
Ellen Webb Brinkman.
Mackenzie Marie Brock.
Anna Lynn Buck.
Shelby Page Buffin.
Catherine L. Calkins.
Francisca Norman Cameron.
Alejandra Cardona Lamas.
Alexa Michelle Cataldo.
Lauren Elizabeth Chamberlain.
Laura Bennett Chambers.
Elizabeth Chuck.
Amanda Lynn Clark.
Tracy Coleman.
Hannah Bell Cook.
Michelle Ann Crandall.
Betty Jean Curran.
Michael Paul Demioli.
Hannah Livingston Dominski.
Samantha Ray Denning.
Tyrell Edward Dixon.
Keith Andrew DeAngelo.
Shumet Ngusi Demi.
Garrett Adams Demko.
Courtney Brown Dorsey.
Diane Hall Drapkin.
Samantha Joy Engelstad.
Nicole Francesca Innes.
Chelsea Lynn Elgus.
Ashley Elizabeth Fielding.
Sarah Finesilver Saunders.
Erin Jean Fleming Flynn.
Casey Joseph Fleming Flynn.
Allison S. Forrest.
Carrie Michelle Gaeta.
Natalie Ganzel.
Brandy Lauren Garber.
Victoria Marie Garrick.
Ava Astrid Grossel.
Emily Joy Gilligan.
Carolina Gomez.
Angela Grau.
Tamara Sayuri Green.
Kristen Kelly Greenwald.
Savannah Jade Guglielmo.
Maura Eileen Hall.
Stephanie J. Hampel.
Rachel Elizabeth Hanson.
Raphael Harrington Dooley.
Hillary Aaron Haspel.
Michaela Radcliffe Henning.
Kristen Marie Hoffer.
Megan Michelle Huffmeyer.
Clodagh Hussey.
Molly Marie Hutchcroft.
Danielle K. Jackness.
Tracy L. Jewett.
Raquel Jimenez.
Hannah Jane Johnson.
Heidi Michelle Johnson.
Kelly Ann Johnson.
Susan M. Johnson.
Lisa Renee Jonasson.
Alex Catherine Jones.
Danielle V. Jones.
Janice Ruth Jones.
Allison Bailey Jorgensen.
Amy Ryan Carr.
Angela Marie Edstrom Kaushik.
Ruth Tafiswork Kabeda.
Sheila Ann Kistler.
Alexia Kleipen.
J.S. Klitgerd Ellis.
Rachel Marie Krug.
Lindsay Hope Lavender.
Edvina Paslomovich LeBouf.
Brandy Danielle Ledesma.
Gianna Marie Lishman.
Timothy C. MacArthur.
Savannah Ruben Meissner.
Jessica Denise Martin.
Yi Lor.
Arlicia Michaela Lornetti.
Solita Marisha Lucero.
Melissa Marie Like.
Tristan Marie Moss.
Scott Delson McDonald.
Emily Elizabeth Mackay.
Ariana Angelina Mares.
Alexandra Brooke Mark.
Janelle Shante Martin.
Taylor Martin.
Elizabeth Medina.
Allison Michelle Mills.
Allison Paige Moeller.
Emily Jean Morgan.
Claire Ashley Morrow.
Catherine Moser.
Elizabeth Ann Moore Mueller.
Yamalis C. Nazario.
Chelsea Elise Neely Holt.
Sarah Neff.
Hillary Northrup Newell.
Jessica M. Newman.
Emily Portia Noel.
Sierra Ray Olatoff.
Catherine Rachel O'Neill.
Rafael Alejandro Orozco.
Sophia Noel Osiemo.
Sarah Park.
Melina Alicia Pauline.
Michelle Lynn Pelly.
Melissa Ann Peters.
Molly Ann Peterson.
Madeline Marilyn Peelert.
Ellen Marie Pronio.
Barbara Parker Radigan.
Jennifer Danielle Reagan.
Jennifer Elizabeth Redinger.
Ariel Rent Padron.
Emily Rich.
Brittany N. Rifle.
Daiquiri Rochelle Robertson.
Antonio Robinson.
Lindsay Ronas.
Melissa Marie Romero.
Emily Nicole Rounds.
Garen Shodrick Rowdy.
Daniel Ruiz.
Alyssa Elizabeth Roche.
Lauren Ashley Ruth.
Donnie Carpenter Ryan.
Rachel K. Ryan.
Leah Solkin.
Bonifacio Sanchez Flores.
Dorina Yvette Sandoval Osuna.
Michelle Sardini.
Andrea Shabas.
Marissa Schaff.
Allison Schmidt Teasing.
Gretchen C. Seafried.
Julia Ariana Selden.
Alexandra Rose Senatore.
Deandra Irie Sharp.
Deanna Elizabeth Schaub.
Alyssa Lynn Shaw.
Heather Dunn Sherman.
Nicole Ann Smith.
Sloan Maitland Smith.
Courtney Michelle Spieler.
Jessica Diane Spindler.
Leah Catherine Sprague.
Jenna J. Stauffer.
Kelsey Pearl Stone.
Sarah Elizabeth Sippold.
Amy Beth Tabakan.
Julia Kui Tallon.
Kami Kathleen Kaiko Tom.
Eric C. Tausch.
Amanda Mae Thompson.
Rebecca Bernice Teal Krekeler.
Emily Ann Tomchuk.
Loretta Elizabeth Truman.
Esther Yoselin Tercios.
Elizabeth Mary Turek.
Giovanna Elizabeth Valadares Giron.
Chelsea Lene Van Essen.
Joseph Vincent Virgil.
Jacqueline Faith Walter.
Molly Ward.
Olivia Stetson Ward.
Amanda Marie Webster.
Ryan Lauren Kirialassen Weiner.
Annie Lynn Wharton.
Madeline White.
Nicole E. Wynot.
Nicole Renee Williams.
Hilda Maria Zamora Hirsch.
Sharon Marie Zontel.
University College, Master of Arts degrees. Emily Allison Andone.
Madison Ashley Barr.
Nicole Marie Bigley.
Jordan Catherine Boom.
Rachel N. Caskey.
Christopher L. Deraver.
Shao Du.
Megan Lee Duggan.
Paige Romance Elliott.
Caitlin Marie Feldhaus.
Jerky Jerkovich.
Michael Edward Reese, Jr.
Kristen Marie Reichert.
Nirvana Nicole Slezak.
Jared Smith.
Daniel Stefan Tiernan.
Brianna Woodhouse.
Master of Science, Sarah Abdul Rahim Abdullah.
Susan Lebonville Anglin.
Bachimeg Bayratsakan.
Carrie E. Bishop.
Corey Gerard Burris.
Gerard E. Mercado.
Jason M. Chaffin.
Rajasekhar Chada Lavada.
Gopi Krishna Danaboina.
Kaylee Marie DeWitt.
Good for you. Ritabella Chilota
Corinne
Egwan.
Echevarria.
Kathleen Elizabeth Espinosa.
Rachel Folk McCracken.
Derek R. Gallegos.
Kathy Renee Gordon Noble.
Joseph Bangosa,
Abhinav Reddy Goli,
Douglas Glenn Hall,
Robert Michael Hernandez,
Sherrod Tyrone Hines,
Michael K. Hiskey,
Mohammed Hassan Mohammed Ibrahim,
Shania N. Jackson,
Byron M. Joseph,
Kesti Varsha Katoju,
Kevin Michael Kempton Sr.,
Allison Renee Kennedy,
Elizabeth Charlotte Kohler,
Wesley Stephen Lammers,
Tanner Preston Leslie,
Chandra Linji Nadi,
Tina Lowe,
Jinjin Long,
Anne Catherine Lawrence,
Bijou Mahajan,
Olamara A. Majkodumi,
Jessica Lynn Martella,
Keisha Lynn Martinez Ellis,
Shelley A. McCarty,
Jacqueline Elizabeth McGregor,
Isabel Mary McKenzie,
Andrew Thomas Metcalf,
Jill Janine Murky,
Sarah L. Mullen,
Aaron J. Osborne,
Saktikumar Rangarajan,
Amanda Catherine Redding,
Mindy Lynn Rice,
Fan Kin,
Nicole Renee Rodriguez,
David A. Rose,
Samantha Schreiner,
Matthew Scott Shell,
Jordan Sharman,
William Chad Sproul,
Ross Swartz,
Desiree Tillman,
Solongo Tsaragkand,
Richard Preston Tucker,
Carl Douglas Urban,
Kavya Venkatesh,
Keely Watkins,
Jenna J. Waters,
Clarence B. Williams, Jr.,
Tong Chen Wong,
Sadie Mackenzie Whittier,
Rebecca Marie Zamora,
Chin Jong,
Master of Liberal Studies, Courtney J. Allenson,
Tammy Renee Green,
Veronica Guemez,
Ashley R. Hottet,
Crystal Bracken Jenkinson,
Andrew Jeffrey Larson, Joanna Elizabeth Sepon Iniguez,
Haley Elaine Slycord,
Andrea Meyer,
Tanisha Michelle Thomas,
Master of Applied Science, Travis
Elizabeth
Jeffrey
Leela
Andre,
Walker Kreutziger, Meredith L. Diebert,
Gina Bice,
Denise Marie Farmer.
Sorab Eslam.
Kenneth Anthony Harris.
John Russell Hanson.
Tommy Moliohu.
Sincere Hicks Thorne.
Christina Elizabeth Oldham.
Aaron O'Neill.
Mark Rayberger.
Srihana Pingili.
Paul Bartel Spindley.
Darren Richard Scudder.
John Thomas Wilson.
Sigmund David Toth.
Lauren Marie Debick.
Master of Professional Studies, Terry J. Klein.
Tiana Janelle Hardney-Vella.
Lydia L. Gillespie.
Sarah Lucille Hayes.
Charnel L. Harris.
Sarah Glynns McGonaghy.
Priyanka Uday Lalit.
Perry W. Richardson.
Murray Keith Nichols.
Teresa Joanne Tisserat.
Christopher Brian Taylor. Pedro J. Torres.
Congratulations to the newest alumni of the University of Denver. Today you join a community, a family of 140,000 alumni who live and make a positive difference around the world. As you commence your life as DU alumni, whether you are in communications or business, social work or education, science or the arts, or my own beloved humanities, or any of your other amazing professions and fields represented here today, remember always that you go to serve the world as well as to create your career. Education in this country, and most certainly at the University of Denver, prepares you for a life not only of personal success, but also of service to something beyond yourself, to the good that we hold in common, and in this way, the good that benefits society most broadly. An education from the University of Denver is one of the greatest resources and launching pads that you have. Our city, our country, our world needs your resources. We need your skills, your compassion, your leadership, and your imagination. As we celebrate your incredible success in obtaining this advanced degree, we just ask you to use it always in addressing problems, creating new opportunities. We ask you to dedicate your life's work for the flourishing of all, and most certainly of our planet. I charge you, as University of Denver alumni, to be real leaders. Leaders who listen deeply to others, who live with a moral heart, who imagine new possibilities, and who make a difference. As you go forth this day, may you fulfill your hopes and dreams, and may that fulfillment benefit, nourish, and strengthen our nation and world. Congratulations again, class of 2017. So before we recess from Magnus Arena to the university reception, please rise and join Mr. Peterson in the singing of the university alma mater, the Crimson and the Gold.
Ladies, upon the plains near mountains height, they built our Denver U. With grateful hearts we all delight in a vision old and new. So let us join with those before the future to unfold. We'll glorify forevermore the crimson and the gold, the crimson and the gold, to spread the light of truth they came, those hardy pioneers. Young men and women bore the flame that enlightens through the years. They sought a world unlike the old, those men and women strong, near crimson hillsides touched with gold. They found this place ere long. They found this place ere long.
Please be seated during the recessional.